NIO's market cap currently stands at 9.14 billion US dollars, down 16% in the past 6 months. And unfortunately, NIO's market cap is below that of Xpeng's at 11.31 billion and actually lower than Li Auto at 24.13 billion. So, NIO used to be the darling, used to be number one out of those three, but now NIO has dropped to third place. We'll come back to this in a bit, but what's more important is to know what's coming, all right? So during the Q3 earnings call, NIO said that they expect deliveries for Q4 to be around 72,000 and 75,000 units for Q4, okay? Now, well, we got deliveries for November and October. In November, they delivered 20,575. In October, they delivered 20,976. That means to meet this guidance of 72,000 to 75,000 units, NIO would need to deliver 30,500 cars to meet the minimum guidance number and 33,500 to meet the 75,000 units. That's a very long stretch from the current existing 20,000 per month delivery results. So they got to deliver about 50% more just to meet the lower end of the guidance. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is quite a far shot. All right, it's a long shot. So could NIO be setting themselves up for another overpromise and underdeliver? I don't want to be like a pessimist, but it's not like it hasn't happened in the past. Just 1 year ago, right, NIO had this. NIO prudently adjusts for fourth quarter 2022 delivery outlook. All right, I mean, yeah, they got a lot of these going on. Before prudently adjust delivery outlook, first quarter 2024. It's happened, man. And every time this happens, a prudent adjustment, the stock does not look at it favorably. All right. And man, it kind of sucks that they're really, setting themselves up for potential failure right there with their delivery results. I'm very confident that Onvo can achieve 10,000 units, all right? And NIO at currently 15,000 units. Well, if they maintain that, they're at 25,000 units, so they got to deliver 5,000 more. With 5,000 more, right, the current incentives, they're really pushing hard, BAS, buy 3, get 1 free, 5 years of free NOP plus, and they call it the NIO Day discount, potentially they might be, heading in that direction and they might get very close to this. But what I think might happen is that on NIO Day, they might have to even come out with a further, more powerful incentive package to push deliveries to reach that target. So, I would have wished that they set this, the expectations a little bit lower and not have the market expect so much and then all of a sudden not meet it and then have investors be disappointed. I mean, that's what's been happening. That's why investors are sort of losing confidence in the company. And that's partially why, we're seeing the market cap sort of fall behind Xpeng and Li Auto, so to speak. And we know that, we really got to show results and not just talk, right? We got to show results and not just talk. Xpeng coming out with record monthly deliveries. NIO still not there yet, okay? And, man, on the charts, just quickly, talking about the charts, that head and shoulder pattern, as much as I hated it for it to be true, that head and shoulders pattern is still valid, all right? Unless we break above, $5. And it doesn't seem like we're going to break above $5 anytime soon. So it's still pointing towards, somewhere around the low threes potentially with that head and shoulders pattern. And I hope we don't get there. I hope that we turn around and we start heading up. But for now, the Envo ramp up. I hope Envo can carry us to that target of 30,500 deliveries. Hopefully, Envo can deliver more than 10,000 vehicles, maybe 13,000, 14,000, and then NIO can deliver 20,000. That's going to really help us and really positively surprise investors. And that would meet the upper end of the guidance, okay? And that would really help to push us and send the stock higher. So I'm like cautiously optimistic, but I know that target they've set is kind of high, all right? And then over on my Discord, this is very interesting. So DM, shout out to DM, he sent us this. Lotus embraces EREV hybrids as it axes all-electric plan. Oh, wow. If this is indeed true, then this is, not a good sign. It seems like everybody's embracing hybrids nowadays. And it seems like EREVs are, the best sellers. We were seeing Leap Motor, their sales have really exploded. And Xpeng, they're also going to do hybrids as well. And NIO, quite adamant about not doing hybrids here in China, but they have said that they're going to probably do hybrids elsewhere in the Middle Eastern region because the infrastructure there isn't developed enough. But what does this mean? Because Lotus, they signed a battery swap deal with NIO in May of this year. And Lotus is one of the highest brands, all right? The most well-known brands to have signed on to the battery swap deal. And the fact that they're going for hybrids, that's kind of a kick in the gut, to be honest, as a NIO investor. Okay, they're going to develop a super hybrid technology of ultra-fast plug-in charging along with turbocharged combustion engine to extend overall range to 680 miles. Oh, wow. So, it's very, how should I put it, man? With struggling sales, right? Struggling sales, but you got battery swap, right? You come out with a battery swap product that's going to really help you sell the car well, right? So I'm kind of disappointed that they're going this route with PHEVs and EREVs instead of, with focusing on battery swap that they said they were going to do. And this is another kicker to the butt. So I guess what investors should really hope for, all right, Envo 60 continues to be a very strong product, a very hot selling product. Today I walked past the Envo store. Even though it's empty, so was the Zeekr store next to it. So was the NIO store. Okay, so was the Tesla store. Okay, but Envo has a ton of orders. I'm sure they have way more orders than 30, 40,000 orders. Okay, I'm sure of that. Probably in the high 50 to 60,000 orders. And they got to fulfill these orders ASAP. They got to deliver all these cars so that they can meet the delivery expectations that they've set out in the Q3 earnings call. Otherwise, I mean, like, we are setting ourselves up for another one of these stupid prudent adjustments, right? I hate to see these kind of prudently adjust their delivery outlook just a few days before the month ends. Come on, that's nothing but a big kick to the shareholders, all right? So I hope this never happens. I don't want to see another prudently adjust email. That's not good. I don't want to see that. Please don't send this out, NIO, okay? Just meet the target, all right? Work overtime. Get us to the target. Don't do any prudent adjustments, please, all right? And for the stock, yeah. I mean, we had a bullish cross on the MACD over here, giving us a buy signal, but it was completely nullified. We're back in the red. But yeah, it does seem like, there's not much room left. We could argue that this is extremely undervalued, and I think NIO is extremely undervalued and would potentially be a much better investment than even Xpeng and Li Auto. Because, NIO has more infrastructure, NIO has a more premium brand, and NIO has more technology, right? NIO has a bigger global reach. Okay? So that's the important takeaway. But enough fussing around. I hope you guys are doing well. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.